You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Well, thank you and all, but what happens now then?
What's my first mission?
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
And roger that, but do we have any leads?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the CSEC Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
I like the
Anderson,
sound of that.
Come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
I don't blame him. We've got bigger things to worry about. I'm a means to an end. We need to bring Saren in before he starts murdering other colonies.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Spectre training talent unlocked. Well then, you two. Mission accomplished. Do we have to scan this keeper who that Solarian was already scanning? I mean, it gets us 50 credits. Is there anything else? Rear Admiral Kahuko?
I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
News travels fast. How do you know about that?
Who told you I was a Spectre?
I'm a senior officer with the Alliance. I knew about your candidacy before the Normandy was sent to Eden Prime. My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Oh, I hope you're talking about the colonies.
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse.
Oh,
We
yeah.
lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
Well, I'm heading to the Traverse, so don't you worry, I'm on it.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm going to stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though.
I get a feeling now I'm a
I'll upload the info
Spectre.
on where my team was
Oh.
last seen to your ship. Maybe you can get some answers.
Thank you, I'll do my best. But I have a feeling now that I'm a Spectre, I'm going to get a lot of jobs to do from sort of officers and various officials.
I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
What's wrong?
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
I mean, I'm Commander Shepard. Haven't you heard? I'm a new Spectre.
I'm not just some soldier. I'm a Spectre.
A Spectre? I heard they were thinking about letting humans into the ranks. About time. Well, that means you can go anywhere you want, right? Even out into the Traverse? My
Yep,
brother's the
gonna
captain
be
of a
very
ship called
busy.
the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Attacked? Who could be attacking them in a Traverse?
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy score. There's a lot of nasty sorts out in the Traverse. I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
What about his ship? Is there anything about what he was carrying?
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
And the authorities aren't doing anything to investigate?
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
Well, I'm not going to make any promises. This sounds more like a civilian issue, but I'll see what I can do.
Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Thank you. My ship? I don't have a ship. The Normandy belongs to Anderson, doesn't it? When did I get all these points? Putting all the points into charm straight away. Spectre training. Increased damage and duration of powers and attacks. Increased maximum health and increases accuracy. Restores dead squad members with 30% health and 50% shields. We're definitely getting that. Engineer. Reduces the recharge on all tech talents. Increases tech protection. First aid. Ooh. I definitely want to get this as well. Advanced First Aid restores 100 health for all wounded party members. Decryption, pistols. Let's go... Increased pistol damage and accuracy, purges weapon heat. Let's check out Garrus then. Did I never use... Oh, you got all the points to use. Turian Agent. Increase accuracy with all weapons, and then increase damage with assault rifle and snipers. Sticking that all the way up. Tactical armor, increase health. No, increase damage reduction and hardening. Let's throw... We may as well put... You know what? Sniper rifles. Put the rest of the points into assault rifles for now. One short of sniper rifles, but with this sort of lens he has, he strikes me as being a good sniper. Oh. That is an interesting helmet. We can't toggle tallies. Okay, so she is an Quarian machinist. Increase tech resistance, increase shield. Right, let's go with maximum shield. The longer we're alive, the better we can fight. Let's get up to marksman. Then we will go shield boost, first aid. Excellent. Right, let's go. We're heading down to... Oh, weapons away. Don't want to pull weapons out in the council chamber. Let's head down to CSAC. And let's see what new goodies we can get.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy when they let the Geth break free. I hope your people are properly contrite, Tally.
As the Turians are properly contrite for releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that sterilizing them was a mistake.
Sterilizing them? Looks like there's some tension between the species there. Oh, I was supposed to find a bar, wasn't I? On behalf of that... somebody. Let's check our journal. That was it. Return this wife's dead body. Talk with a diplomat. And I will find that diplomat in the embassy lounge. So I just need to go left and around. Okay. We'll go do that before we leave. But we'll see what the score is. It was this guy, Samesh Bhatia. I don't want him to be fretting about his wife's fate too much if we can help it. Clark Bosker?
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard.
Hell yeah, I am.
The activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
I hope so. I'm here for Samesh.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you.
That he did.
Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
Is she toxic at all?
You think her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nerali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
That's a very harsh thing to say, and it's not right. Surely there's more than one body, though, well, there's definitely more than one body that was created, so to speak. One person who died on Eden Prime.
You've got to have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
How long will this research take?
How long do you think the research is going to take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
A year? God knows what condition the body will be in by then. What about the results? How optimistic are we with this?
When will this research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
This isn't right. If I was in Samesh's position, I wouldn't care. This isn't right.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
It's not worth it.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I'm out there fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
Great news, Samesh.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
She's coming home.
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye. Take care. Right. That's one thing off our to-do list. Let's head to the Academy.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Right, so where are we going to find this Spectre requisition? Any ideas, Garrus?
I used to have an office here. Spent half my time doing paperwork.
That doesn't help me. Right. Requisition office is actually just to the left. I hear you're the person I need to speak to get new toys.
One sec, looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
It sure is.
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Oh, I've got to requisition things through you. I don't just get them for free. Well, I need supplies.
Show me what you've got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Well, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Oh, not a problem. I mean, you know for next time. It's you know, news travels fast, but sometimes it doesn't reach the little crooks and crannies.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Oh. Hell yeah, I will. So that we needed to come down here for, just to look at some stock that wasn't actually that good. Meet him in the Alliance stocking bay. Right. To the main elevator in the CSEC Academy. That's just over here. Garrus, do you leave to... Oh, wait, is this the elevator? Is that the Presidium. Docking bay. Yeah, Garrus, do you have leave to come with me? Or...
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site.
Another
Hanar
one.
protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
I mean, given what happened with the last Prothean artifacts we unearthed, it's probably just as well that they should leave it alone. Hello, gentlemen.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick
It
and
is.
quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
What's going on?
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
There's more to this, surely.
Come
This
clean
is too
with
out
me,
of the
Captain.
blue.
You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Well, I heard about this, but I want to hear it from your own mouth. What went wrong?
What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
You can count on me, sir. We're going to go get Saren, and we're going to make sure we get justice for what he did to you as well.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
And what about these Reapers?
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
You know what? That's a sensible plan. Right, I'm on it.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans.
Oh.
We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was
Liara
exploring an
Tassoni.
archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
If she's working for her mother, this matriarch, she's a Prothean expert. It sounds like we should start with her, find out what she's about, and if necessary, we should stop her.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Oh, well... I'll be careful, but it might be necessary.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop Saren.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Well, he left quick. Anderson.
Yes, Commander?
You worked with the Spectres then?
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
And clearly it did not go to plan.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
It's extreme. It seemed like you were doing all right without it.
Sounds like overkill to me.
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
But how did you get blamed for that exactly if it was ruled as an accident?
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Clearly it wasn't your fault.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren.
Good.
I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
And, well, it's just not fair.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Well, I've been in your exact position about a couple of hours ago. But forget about the past. It's time to move on. I'm gonna go get justice.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Anything you can tell me about the Artemis Tau cluster?
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Prothean ruins, okay. Pharos, we had a colony out there, did we?
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact.
Interesting.
The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
It sounds like we should be heading to Pharos straight after the Tau cluster. And what can you tell me about Novaria?
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
I don't think Spectre's going to be popular anywhere I go. More like boogeymen in a way. But are you okay, Captain?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you handing me the Normandy.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
At ease, Captain.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
It wasn't exactly backroom politics. He stood down to give me the ship, didn't he? But things go bad. Well, I'm ready.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
We need to be honest about what our mission is.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Nobody's going to help us.
The Council wants to ignore this. That's
I
no
think that's
surprise.
quite true.
They never helped us in the past. No reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
Eden Prime was just a start.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
He'll be ready for us, too.
Our enemy knows we're coming. When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
We mustn't fail.
This
We
is
can't
the most
afford to
important
fail.
mission any of us have ever been on. The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I won't let him down.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
So, Joker. Set the heading.
Commander, something you need?
Ship status report?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
And you're anything but modest, but I just want to talk.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What disease?
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander.
Oh.
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Well, how did you get your nickname? Don't worry, I won't ask you to get up anytime soon.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Yeah, right. Come on, out with it.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Do you not like that?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year,
Fair point.
I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I like you, Joker. I think we're going to get along just fine. How did you end up piloting the ship, though, with your disease? Tell me a little bit about your history.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Fair point. Right, I'll leave you to it.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Don't just sound dismissive like that. We just had a long old chat. But have a look at the nav manual then. It's probably not what people want to see their commanding officer do, familiarizing themselves with the navigation manual. But Navigator Presley, you're the reason I don't need to read the navigator manual. How do you feel about all this?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
They're on our side.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Nihilus was on our side. He got executed by one of his own. What about... Go on, tell me more then about your thoughts and feelings about having aliens on the ship.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
We should never turn away help, and it's not just our problem. Like, we're just a start. He's after the galaxy.
Asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn.
Exactly.
No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking.
You are.
Don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Can I ask you a few personal questions?
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Damn, and now you're here. How did you end up getting assigned to the Normandy?
How did you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to be sending a heading soon, so goodbye for now.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
At ease. That's at ease. Just having an explore. Making everything is in tip-top condition before we set off.
Anything you need, Commander?
I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but you need to stop putting so much product in your hair. Yeah, looking for your input on the overall situation.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
Oh.
We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Well, then, okay, enough with the personal debriefings, but give me your tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Well, okay,
we'll talk another
goodbye.
time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Stand down. Which side am I going to come out, I wonder? Aha! Oh, this is where you're all hiding.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Supplies?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Paying? Why would I pay you for it? This is my ship.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What do you mean, what do you mean out of a job? You're in the Alliance military. You're always gonna have a job. What? Who are you? What are you doing on board my ship? You're not a requisition officer. You're just a con man who slipped on board, trying to make a profit.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands.
And now he wants me to enrich him
Many
by
of
buying
the
him
best
more
licenses
licenses.
are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Oh, just show me what you've got.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You knew? Well, it's a pleasure to have you, but you've been dreaming about this a lot, have you?
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
That's true, but you shouldn't complain too much, because the rules also help protect people.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That was the only reason.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Yeah, it's a tough decision though. You clearly didn't like the way things were going, and here you can help make, a real difference, bringing Saren into justice.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Well, I'm the commanding officer. We do things my way.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Just... I appreciate you're a good guy. You're in C-Sec for a reason, but I just need to make sure you know your place. Just because I'm a Spectre doesn't mean you also have license to do whatever you want. Alright, Ash.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we'd saved your unit.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
You couldn't have known.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay, noted. Well, at ease, carry on.
Dismissed, Chief.
Rex, buddy.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Why have you decided to come along? I thought you were only after Fist.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, come on. Just a short one.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
That's certainly unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It's not, is it? Because they... What's this about the genophage I've heard?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
Oh.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Yeah. Point taken.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What is killing you?
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
How so?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Tell me more about this genophage, if you don't mind me asking.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth,
and
most never get that far.
That really is.
Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
That honestly must be horrible. Thousands of stillbirths, and those are the ones that make it that far. But why is no one rushing to find a cure? The Turian and the Solarian, that's really extreme, what they've done to you.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Right, your people are warriors.
Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I see. Well, I'll leave you to it.
So long, Rex.
Whoa. Oh, you know what? That kind of makes me nauseous to look at. Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is it bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Oh, she's certainly seemed useful at the time.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
I just came to ask about the Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
The Tantalus drive core?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Excellent. So we can jump vast different distances very quickly. What about the stealth systems?
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
Oh. At the very least, we're invisible while that happens.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
FTL gives us away then.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare.
Oh.
Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
So people really aren't going to be expecting this kind of technology if it's completely brand new. Personal question, how did you end up serving on the Normandy?
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
At ease. Carry on.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small.
Well, not me personally, but...
I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Normally they're not. This ship's special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space.
Must be a real
I
treat.
have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Well, you're certainly an asset. Our chief engineer speaks very highly of you, but you're into ships, are you?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Your ships are nearly 300 years old.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
This fight with the Geth, that really has kind of crippled your race in a way. I suppose you're in a similar position to the Krogan where you can't prosper. You merely survive. Tell me more about the Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
You have? Well, I can imagine living on a flotilla, or in a flotilla fleet, probably do have to give some liberties up.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed.
I was about to say.
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave? Is that like your ruling council?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
Then it sounds like you're democratic for the most part.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency.
Right.
To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts.
That's quite a serious move then.
As well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Enough of an incentive that, they're not going to abuse it and take de facto power, while at the same time it allows, the Admiralty, the people who actually run the military fleets, to put a stop to any stupid decisions. But tell me about the Geth. They're the reason you're in this predicament, aren't they?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me.
Interesting.
I want to know how they turned on you.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
And isn't AI research illegal?
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
The neural network? Were they all linked together?
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Then it's like a hive mind almost.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious.
Right, okay.
But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
I do get it, but why did they turn on you exactly?
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract.
More working in concert.
One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why? Was it because you sort of realized you'd created an actual AI?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
That's a fair point.
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
They defended themselves. Whoever came up with that decision, that was an incredibly stupid move. If they'd become sentient, then surely you don't just terminate them. You pull them from what they were doing. You just, I don't know, house them somewhere while you actually come up with a solution. Talk to them, find out how much their awareness had actually grown, but they defended themselves. You can't be angry at that.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began.
Were they on the verge of revolution?
Most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
They did defend themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
Would they?
They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Their only experience with organics has been them trying to purge them from the face of the galaxy, but they've clearly not killed everyone. What about Saren?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Well, it really sounds like they only want to get rid of organic life because the Quarians taught them organic life wants to destroy them. But enough of that. Tell me about this pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join.
I see.
If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
It does sound quite dangerous, but as I've heard, it seems quite necessary that, everyone needs to do their part. Do they always accept?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
The society kind of polices itself on it. Rejecting gifts is quite rare, but presenting subpar gifts also seems quite rare as well, because it's frowned upon. What is this, though? I really have used this in the last mission, the M35 Mako. How many wheel drive was that? 12? 12 wheel drive? What kind of vehicle needs 12 wheels? Now. Supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. Liara's dig site, Asteroid X57. That's on the way to the dig site. So let's... Oh, we've got to jump through it anyway. Let's start by heading there. Why is that marked on the map? Oh, right, let's see what this baby can do. X57 is a metallic asteroid originally located at the trailing Lagrange point of the gas giant Bohr. With the increased development on Terra Nova, a new orbital port facility was necessary. Due to a shortage of funding, it was decided to mine out X57, using the recovered resources to finish out the interior for habitation. That was intelligent. That's pretty nifty thing to do. The asteroid was decelerated from Bohr's orbit using fusion torches, allowing it to fall into the orbit of Terra Nova. Recently, communications with the engineering team on X57 have been lost. The fusion torches have reignited and the asteroid is accelerating towards Terra Nova. We better get F down there. Right, team. If we need to deactivate these fusion torches, we probably should bring Tally. She's the most technical among us. And let's bring Garrus as well. Just because I quite like Garrus. I want to get to know him a bit more. Oh dear.
Status. Sensors reveal 3 fusion torches propelling asteroid X57.
There's a very small
At its current rate of acceleration,
thrusters compared
the
to
asteroid
this.
will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours. Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
We're not exactly starting small.